Welcome back to Gamer Vibe World, and today we're looking at handheld gaming systems. They're gaining popularity with their convenience and portability, and could they be replacing traditional consoles?
Well, the last major console releases were the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S in November 2020, 3 years ago, right? And
Yeah.
now we know that PlayStation is working on a new handheld device instead of the PlayStation 6. So I think it's time to run through all the options we've got in the handheld market and see if consoles might soon be ancient tech.
The Steam Deck we all know from last year because it set out to topple the Nintendo Switch empire by being an entire gaming computer in a touchscreen portable device. With the comfy built-in controller and just weighing a little over a pound, this little guy has enough power to run the latest AAA titles smoothly. The Steam Deck's USB charging port supports a dock mode when connected to a USB-C hub, so you can play on a larger TV or gaming monitor up to a 4K resolution at 120 FPS while you're home. If you're really determined, you can even connect accessories like your mouse and keyboard to the dock to use it as a traditional Linux or Windows desktop. This additional functionality opens the door for computing tasks like editing photos or browsing the web. And when it's time to go out, simply unplug the Steam Deck and pick up wherever you left off. Could a PlayStation 5 give you so much functionality? No. That's why the Steam Deck's main competitors have come in the form of Nintendo Switch clones, all vying for the top spot in your pocket. Welcome to the ring, the Ioneo 2. The best Ioneo yet. If you can afford its $1,000 entry price, it outperforms the Steam Deck in virtually every way. But is it worth it to you to shell out another $600 for this? Probably not for most gamers, but it brings enough to the table that it's certainly worth considering paying extra for. As a native Windows machine, every game and piece of software that works on a normal PC will run on it. Even more importantly, the Ioneo 2 doesn't have any of the compatibility issues that the Steam Deck has because the Steam Deck runs Linux. Use it with a dock and you're basically replacing a full-fledged gaming machine. There's no beating the Steam Deck in price, and if you're on a budget, it's my recommendation. But when it comes to performance, there's no competition. The Ioneo 2 is an absolute powerhouse. It's essentially a gaming laptop in handheld form, and a pretty good one at that. But here comes a new challenger. Asus insists that their handheld was 5 years in the making and promises to blow all other handhelds out of the water. With the product being mainly under wraps, we do know for sure is that it's launching on May 11th and will be priced under $1,000 with these debut specs. The console looks gorgeous with its distinctive white color and honeycomb design. The RGB lighting on each of the analog sticks adds a beautiful touch to an already gorgeous chassis. The ROG Ally has Windows 11 built in, which may sound risky considering all the various issues with the OS, but it ends up giving players more options and flexibility in how they use the device. Not only is having immediate access to this OS perfect for allowing full compatibility with Xbox Games Pass, Steam, EA App, and Epic Game Store's libraries, but it also means that you can easily turn this portable into a mini desktop replacement by connecting a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse without having to mess around with Linux, which is what you need to do for the Steam Deck. For now, the main concern is the price. Hopefully, Asus won't disappoint in that regard, or else it may find itself with a very costly dud on its hands. This brings us to the Sony Q Lite. Perhaps with Nintendo's meteoric rise of the Switch, Sony's been reminiscing about its glory days leading the pack. The rumor mills have been churning about the device, but in all honesty, I haven't been enjoying what they're churning. The device is basically going to look like a PlayStation 5 controller with a massive 8-inch touchscreen in the center. It will have all the necessary buttons and look like most portable handhelds. The clincher is that it's meant to pair with the PlayStation 5, meaning that it's not going to be a cloud streaming device, but instead uses PlayStation Remote Play. Now, compared to all the devices mentioned before, why would I shell out cash to only play PlayStation games when I can have the best of both gaming and personal computing worlds? I guess we'll have to wait until 2024 to find out. And why should anyone have to wait? We all know that we have a mini computer in our pockets, and with the rise of cloud gaming services, all you need to do is download just one of many apps and you have access to hundreds of games on your phone. The best thing is that all the processing and rendering of the games are done on the cloud servers, so you don't need a phone with the best specs to play. The biggest drawback with cloud gaming is that you need a constant source of internet connection. But I think we all know how to get Wi-Fi. So if all you have is a phone as your gaming machine, check out these apps if you want to extend your gaming library.
Now, while there may be so many handheld gaming systems and more on the way, the bottom line is that mobile phones will probably win.
Yeah.
The Steam Deck and the Iron Neo 2 are awesome if you want to have a computer and gaming machine on the go. But with the improvements in cloud gaming and emulation, you might want to spend your money on a fancy phone and accessories and get the best of the whole world. Not just gaming, not just telecommunications, everything in one.
True. Honestly, I believe that the technology for mobile phones has just been increasing dramatically, making great strides every year. Literally, your phone that you have in your hand right now is a portable console any way that you look at it. And if you're into emulation, that is so awesome. You literally have like a gajillion games that you can play on your phone right now. Right now. So that's great. So do you really need a console as time goes by? It may be actually phased out if you have a good enough phone. And currently, there are mobile devices out there which are specifically for gaming or gaming phones. Like the Chinese have actually made like some really cool, awesome phones. Look, but I'm still part of the ancient tribe of when it's on a big screen, I like to see it. So I can still see how consoles or those other handheld consoles would be a better fit at the end of the day, since you have your phone around with you all the time. So there's a place for these type of devices, and I don't think that they're going to go away too soon.
But you guys tell us what you think.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you for consoles? Are you for mobiles? Are you for the new handhelds? You want to walk around with two systems?
Or are you still part of the master race, the PC race, that will never go away apparently?
Never!
Let us know, guys. And we'll be back.
More Gamer Vibe World.
Combo Breaker!